Hey y'all, what's up? My name is K Marie and welcome to my channel. We talk about all things feeding the mind, body, and spirit. And today is kicking off a 21-day series where I'm going to be talking about various different mind, body, spirit topics. And yeah, I committed to 21 days because I felt like I needed to really get better at my long-term content creation. I do a lot of short content creation and I love it and it brings great results, but I really enjoy long form and I just need to get better at doing it. So here we are. I also happen to be starting a 21-day Daniel's fast today. I'm actually already in the middle of 75 hard. So if you came here from one of my shorts, you've probably already seen that, but I'm already in the middle of 75 hard. And it seemed a little crazy to layer in a 21-day Daniel's fast in the middle of 75 hard, but I just felt a really strong tugging on my spirit to do the Daniel's fast right now. Of course, I'm in the middle of my winter arc, just like everyone else. I feel like I've always had a winter arc. I just didn't have a name for it, but this is the time of the season where I normally lock in, okay? I am a wellness and business coach. I've lost 50 pounds twice in my life. Both of those times were during this season of year, which is historically the season of year where most people gain weight. This is where I lose weight. So I kind of go into a hibernation and I start all of my New Year's resolutions and all of that kind of stuff like right now. And so I love that winter arc is like trending right now because it makes total sense for my life. So with that being said, I do want to share this with you before we get into this video. This is not sponsored, but I discovered this at the grocery store earlier and I'm just so excited. Okay. So this is a So Good So You Energy Mango Spinach Shot. Okay. So if you are a caffeine girly, now listen, because I'm a health coach, people think like, oh, you don't drink caffeine, you don't do caffeine and da 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 da. Like, I love me some caffeine, okay? It's probably not the greatest, right? But I love it. And caffeine does actually help you burn fat. So it's just really about finding cleaner sources of eating the things that you like. If you like chips, there's a cleaner way to have that same taste, that same crunch, where it doesn't have to be as loaded with like preservatives and all this other things that we don't know what they are. So I found these shots. This is mango spinach flavored. It's 100 milligrams of organic caffeine. It also has B6 and B12 in it. I am vegan, so B12 is one of the vitamins that a lot of vegans are deficient in. So when I saw that, I was like, yes, great. Okay. One of these 21 days, I'm going to crack this open while we're talking, but during one of these 21 days, I'm going to take you guys with me. I'm going to go get some blood work done. I just want to show that so that you know how easy it is to really go and find out specifically what it is that your body needs, because what you need may be unique to what other people need. Pretty good. It's a little like I could taste the caffeine that they put in here. But it's not bad. And as a mom of two, it's kind of like get your energy in however you can. So we're almost there. Perfect. So today we are talking about how to overcome imposter syndrome. I did write myself some notes just so we could kind of talk through it, but I will tell you from a personal perspective, I have experienced a lot of imposter syndrome from, it's been 8 years since I've become a full-time entrepreneur. So I haven't worked in the workspace in a while, but especially in entrepreneurship, lots of imposter syndrome. Every single time you hit a new level, it requires something new of you. And honestly, this is like in your faith walk too. Like, every time God sends you on an assignment, it's going to require something new of you. He's going to push you out of your comfort zone. And so you have to become really comfortable with being uncomfortable, like, for lack of a better way of saying that. I'm like literally in the middle of writing a book about it right now that has taken me, it's been over a year of me trying to write this book and get it finished and completed. But You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And so, what happens when you are pushed outside of the comfort zone and you're asked to do something that you're slightly qualified for, you're definitely equipped to accomplish, but you've never done before? You start to have these like doubts about, is this something I can really do? Is God really calling me to this? Like, me, God? Like, you start questioning, in that type of sense. And so I totally understand and totally align with my clients when I talk to them and they're like, okay, I know this is the vision that I have for what it is that I want to do. I know I want to lose this weight. I know I want to get my business out there. I know I want to be a speaker and get on stage, but like, am I really qualified? Like asking yourself, am I really qualified? Okay. Listen, I want to give you a secret right now. If God gave you the vision, it means that you're qualified. Okay? Y'all probably heard this old adage that says he doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called. Okay? He doesn't call the equipped, he equips the called. So you're called first, and then you are equipped, and then you are qualified through that process, because it's a process of character development and stepping out and listening and faith and operating, just knowing that God's got your back, and whatever tools you need in this season, he has already provided them in some capacity in your life, or he's provided you with what you need to acquire the skill or acquire the tool. Okay. So that's a little background on imposter syndrome, but I'm going to give you 4 steps today. I am like, listen, I'm not the YouTube girly who's going to tell a story the entire video. It's why I don't do get ready with me's. I'm also not the YouTube girly who is going to motivate for 45 minutes. Like, that's not me either, right? I'm very tactical. I'm very strategic in my thinking. I'm very left-brained, as they call it. Is it left-brained or is it right-brained? I don't know. I want you to take whatever I say in this video and for the rest of this 21-day series, and I want you to go out and apply it to your life and become a winner. Like, so when I'm teaching you guys and I'm making this content, it's like boom, 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 boom. This is what you do. Then you do this, then you do this, then you do this. Like, I am giving you a map, a chart, a tracker, like all the things. Okay. So that's the type of coach that I am when it comes to business. It's the type of coach that I am when it comes to wellness. And during this day, this 21 days together, when we start talking about mindset too, it's going to be a lot more strategic and applicable than what you might be used to. But I want you to take that as a sign that this is your time to get active. Okay. It's winter arc, but I want you to get active on the inside. I want you to get active on the outside. I want you in the field doing the work. Okay. What do they say? The harvest is plenty, but the workers are few. Okay, that's what he says. It's in the Bible. So just so y'all know, like I know. So let's go ahead and get into this. So step 1 for today is going to be to acknowledge your feelings. When you know that you are feeling like you're not quite qualified, or you're feeling doubtful about your ability to step up to the plate and do something that maybe you do have the skill set to do it. Maybe you have done it before, but you're feeling just uneasy. The first thing I want you to do is to acknowledge your feelings. Like, your feelings are valid. Okay. A lot of people try to combat imposter syndrome with logic. And while that may work for a short time, just acknowledging like, hey, I feel doubtful. Hey, I feel, uneasy. I'm not sure if this is for me. Like, saying that out loud is going to empower you to own the feeling and push forward anyway. That is literally what faith is. It is you acting even though the things you see are not lining up with how you think they should be lining up. And so if that's what faith is, and we're given blessings and blessed according to how we move out of faith, then you're going to start having to move out of faith instead of waiting or pretending like you're not feeling that thing or trying to combat your feelings with logic. Okay. Logics and emotion can coexist in the same space at the same time. But what's going to have to happen is you're going to have to get really decisive and start making decisions. And that starts first with acknowledging your feelings. It is okay that you're feeling imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is not the enemy. Okay. You know what's the enemy? Stagnation is the enemy. You staying stuck, that's the enemy, okay? So that's number one. The second thing I want you to do is challenge your negative thoughts. This is going to take a little bit of practice, okay? And not just challenging, well, we're just going to start with challenging them, but there is a process called the reframe in neuro-linguistic programming, NLP. I'm certified in that as a coach. And that starts with challenging the negative thoughts and then reframing them into thoughts that better serve you, right? So that you're not having a negative thought and then you're thinking it and then you think it again, and then you go down into this black hole, and now you're in this downward spiral where this one negative thought is now controlling the entire narrative of your day or controlling the entire narrative of your week or your life. Okay? It can happen very easily, but you have to be able to say, this is a thought that is not serving me, right? That's what I mean when I say negative thought. Because negative thoughts are not always things that we tend to see as bad, right? Or good. Negative thought is any thought that is not serving you getting to where God is trying to take you. So if you say, if you have a vision of God putting you on stage and you're speaking in front of hundreds of women, and you have a thought one day that says, you can't get up on that stage because you don't weigh the right amount. Like, if you don't weigh such and such, if you don't fit into such and such dress, you can't get on that stage. That is a negative thought, because that thought is keeping you from doing the vision and carrying out the vision, okay? It's keeping you from getting there. So now that's a negative thought. I want you in step 2 to challenge that negative thought. Ask yourself, what if I get up there anyway? What if I get up there the way that I'm shaped right now? What if I get up there in the dress right now? What if I just go buy the dress 2 sizes bigger and I do this thing right now? Or what if I lose the weight and I get up there, right? However way you want to take it. You go right now, you go later. But you just have to challenge the negative thought, because I don't want you to let the thoughts control your actions, okay? You are in the driver's seat. And this is the part where people say, in business, I hear this so much, don't make decisions based off of your emotions. Emotions don't play a factor. Don't let the emotions control. Da, 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 da. You are in the driver's seat, okay? Not saying that your emotions are not valid. Not saying that they should not factor into your decision making, but you're in control. You make the decision. So you have to start challenging your thoughts. I challenge all of my thoughts, every single one. Negative, positive, I don't care. Somebody says something to me, I am asking myself, well, why and where and how, right? Because here's the thing too, when you're having conversations with other people, especially when you're in a season where God is calling you into something, you are often going to be faced with having conversations with people that don't see the vision, and or having conversations with people who do not have the same level of faith, or who have never been called into what it is that you're being called into. And so it's not that people, don't believe that you can do what God is calling you to do. It's just that they don't have the capacity. Like, they don't have the capacity, they just don't get it. So you have to be able to not only challenge your own negative thoughts, but also to guard the vision that God has given you, and to challenge their thoughts as well. Now, this is not you having an argument with the person saying, well, you can't tell me that I can't do such and such because God told me that I'm called to do such and such. Like, no, it's just, if somebody says, are you sure you want to do that? You need to go, I'm going to challenge that negative thought. And I'm going to say, yeah, I think I can do it, right? Because that is a challenge. That is an opposition to what they just said to you, okay? You got to challenge your own negative thoughts. You have to guard the vision that God gave you. You may also have to challenge the thoughts of other people. And I'm going to add this point, because what comes along with imposter syndrome is us putting thoughts and words into the mouths of people that never spoke them. So when you are looking at yourself, questioning if you have the ability and if you have the skills, what often also happens as an additional layer to this is that you think everybody else is looking at you too. You think, oh my goodness, they think I can't do it either, even though they never have said it. They may never have said it. You're thinking they think I can't do it. Everybody's looking at me. They're all questioning. They're wondering. They're going to be asking, well, why is she the one who got promoted when I such and such and such and such, when they never even said it? So imposter syndrome is creepy like that. Like, it makes you double think and second guess about what other people are also thinking about you. Okay. So be aware of that as well. All right. Step number 3, seek support. Okay. Seek support. I cannot stress this enough. And not seeking support from a random person that, like I said, doesn't understand the vision, hasn't been called in, hasn't been called out, doesn't have the same level of faith that you have, doesn't have the same skill set, doesn't have the same level of dedication, hasn't stuck to anything at all. They have commitment issues, and you're bringing in this person as your sense of support. No, ma'am. You need to seek professional support, or you need to seek community support, meaning that you either need to go get a coach, because listen, don't play with your vision like that. Not even your vision. Don't play with God's vision like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know it's important. You want to know why? Because you feel it in your soul. You got on YouTube today. You went and typed in the search engine, imposter syndrome, and you're trying to figure out why am I feeling like this, and how do I get out of this emotional pit that I'm in. So what does that mean to me? And what does that mean to you? That whatever it is that you're trying to do right now is important enough for you to take the time to try to find a solution so that you can continue to move forward and continue to make decisions and be called into what it is that you're being called into. And so in that scenario, you have to start looking at, how am I setting myself up to win? What am I doing to set myself up to win? You want to know how you do that? You seek support. You are not a superwoman. Take the cape off. You were not meant to do it alone, because if you were, you would be here by yourself. Adam would have been Adam. There would have been no Eve. Okay. Literally took the man's rib and made another human because he needed a helpmate, and you need a helpmate. Okay. This is the core of how we were created. We were meant to coexist with each other, seeking support. So the 2 levels of support that I suggest you seek are, number 1, either a coach, so that's a life coach, a mindset coach, a business coach, a wellness coach, whatever area it is that you're operating in where you need assistance, get you a coach. If you ain't got one and you cool with me, hey sis, go to the description box in the link in the bio, right? Go to this description box in the bio. Go to the description box under this video, okay? The second type of support that I suggest you seek is community support. So let's say maybe you don't have the funds to invest in a one-on-one coach right now, or you don't have, or maybe you're just not ready yet. You know, everybody's not ready for a one-on-one coach. There's a one-on-one coach is a high level of accountability. It's just you and the other person, and you have one-on-one meetings, and sometimes you have homework. Like, that's a lot of pressure. If you want to move faster, do it, right? But it is a lot of pressure, so I understand. If you want to still seek support, but not at that high level yet, go into a community. Find a community where there are other people trying to do what you are trying to do, and don't look at them as competition. Look at them as community and get in community with them. That may mean, joining a monthly membership where they give you tasks and challenges. That may mean joining a Facebook group of some sort. I suggest joining a paid community, because you're going to treat a paid community different than the way you treat a free community. Because the psychology behind joining a paid community is, I sacrifice a certain amount of money to be here. So I need to make sure that I put my money where my mouth is. I need to make sure that I invest my time and I prioritize getting the return on my investment. So I say, if you are serious about bringing God's fruition to reality, if you are serious about accomplishing your goals, if you are serious about eradicating imposter syndrome from your life and walking confidently and being fearless and getting out of your comfort zone, you need to go into a paid situation, some type of paid support, because you're going to treat it different and you're going to show up differently and you're going to get a better result. Okay. So that is my step number 3. Last but not least, step number 4 is to set realistic goals and focus on yourself. Here's the thing with imposter syndrome. You have to make sure that whatever it is you are attempting to do, you are attempting to do that thing for you. If you're feeling imposter syndrome because you were promoted at work and you only went after that promotion because you want to make your parents proud, it is going to be very hard for you to eradicate your imposter syndrome. But if you went after that promotion because you want that promotion for yourself, it's going to be a lot easier. So we have to start sitting down and really asking ourselves, are these things that I am trying to go after, am I doing that for me, or am I doing that for other people? Is this what I want, or is this what other other people want for me. And yes, other people can want more for you than you want for yourself. I hate it, but it happens sometimes. And if you are one of those people, you need to start wanting more for yourself. But you know what? A lot of times it's not even that you don't want more for yourself, it's that you just don't know because you haven't taken the time to really get to know yourself. So date yourself, sis. Even if you're in a relationship, date yourself. Take yourself out to lunch. Schedule time on your calendar where it's just you and God. And that's it. Go in a prayer closet, go in a corner somewhere, go in a room, shut the door, okay? But you have to really know yourself in order to say, this is what I want, and this is what I don't want, and this is how I'm going to get it, and this is what I'm willing to do to get it, this is what I'm not willing to do to get it. But all of that needs to be like written down, okay? And you may not have all the pieces, right? You may not have all the pieces, but with the pieces that you do have right now, it's enough to set realistic goals for yourself so that when you get into a space or a place where you're experiencing imposter syndrome, you actually know, you know what? This is something that I truly desire. And so I'm going to do everything that I can, time-wise and money-wise, to get rid of this imposter syndrome and get over this and overcome this imposter syndrome so that I can do what it is that I want to do for myself and what it is that God wants to do for me. Okay? So that's why number 4 is set realistic goals for yourself and focusing on yourself. All right? Thank y'all so much for watching this video. I can't wait to see y'all in the next one for day 2. See you later.